that was
Well,
cool.
hello, everybody, and it's the big day. Super Bowl Sunday live from SoFi Stadium here in LA. Am I here? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I'm going to say I'm here right now, and I'm here with my co-host, Tori. Tori, how you doing?
Hi. How's everybody
From
doing?
Staff Force. And she has her famous jersey on. They did not make the Super Bowl,
They
but
did a
hey, she's
lot.
still supporting them.
Yeah.
And I'm
Um,
neutral. I just got the NFL one on, so it's all good. I love all teams, right?
there you go. Hey, I mean, who could have predicted who's in the Super Bowl right now? So I think no
Exactly.
one at the beginning of the season.
And something we'll talk about a little bit later is some of the ads, just like our intro today. Just you got to bring it electrifying. But I'm going to put the glasses on because it's time for I can't see anywhere. So we're going to get the coach's glasses on and get down to why coaching and recruiting are basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you, Tori, I'm a football coach for 12 years. And naturally, you know, I love my staffing industry. The X and O's are so similar. I mean, seriously, when you're plugging and playing people, pull them off the bench and put them somewhere else to their best skill set. That's what football does every day in spring training camp.
Mm-hmm.
We do that right here in, the real world in recruiting too, right?
Right. All day, every day.
And I think some of the things that I want to touch base, I did some research on this too, because I wanted to get this insight, like the Lombardi stuff, before we jump into the excitement stuff. I do a lot of things that coaches, they don't understand that they don't have is they have passion. You got to be positive all the time. I mean, I'm telling you, every coach, just like we do as a recruiter, you got to build them up. I mean, if they fumble the ball, yeah, what are you going to do? Yell at them for a second, and then you build them right back up. We do that with our candidates,
Mm-hmm.
And I think a big thing with us, Tori, that you might want to elaborate on is leadership. We players look for coaches to be a leader. What do job seekers look? They look for us to lead them to the right path with teamwork.
Yeah, the guidance and help along the way is always very, very important for sure.
Exactly. And I think a big one is observation. You probably agree on this, is like we have to observe our candidates just like we do the football players, you know what I mean? And observe and see what they want. You can't force anybody in a position. And we talk about this all the time, but I really believe this, that you cannot force anybody.
Yes, exactly.
All righty. And Tori is fired up today, as you can tell. Okay. By game time, she will be, or by the end of this show. You know what? You know why Tori's not fired up? Because I'm here at the game and she's not.
And I'm
had one ticket for our show, and I got it. I'm sorry, Tori, that you couldn't make it here.
That's not fair.
Well, I won't talk to who got me the ticket, but it's pretty nice up here by myself right now. But later on, it'll be screaming loud.
There you go.
But some other tips that we just want to talk about with recruiting and is like, just get into the zone. I always think on game day, like today's the big Sunday game day. What about like when a candidate goes for an interview? That's their game day. I mean, that is their day to shine. And I really, I don't know how you operate it, but like, me being a coach and high energy 24/7, I pump them up just like it's like they're playing on my football team. You're the quarterback, you're the running back. It's your time. When you walk into that room to be interviewed, it's like game time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that positive mindset?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it goes back to the guidance and giving them the right tools to succeed and be able to show everything that they've got. You've got to give them that guidance and positivity for sure.
You're right. And you know what? And I think the big thing about everything is it's all about positivity, but it's all about a game plan too. I'm sure, Tori, you've been in the industry for a while now, and to just tell recruiters out there, you got to have a game plan every day of your candidates, of where you're going to put them at. You just can't just say, well, I'm just going to wing it, because guess what? At the end of the day, they're probably not going to perform for you or just walk off the field like Antonio Brown or somebody, right?
Right.
I had to say that, right?
That happens all day long with our people, unfortunately. I mean, not internally, but
Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, why are candidates ghosting the coaches and recruiters, or myself, a job agent? It's why are they ghosting them, Tori? What's your idea on that?
After being in this industry as long as I have, it's so crazy to see it happen so often nowadays. I just don't know if people just don't feel like they have to commit, and it's their way or no way. But it's definitely a lot different. I've seen just here recently, or I mean, probably really the last 6 months, more than anything. It's gotten tough for sure.
Well, I think it really comes back to what we talk about all the time is, you have to engage them and have them interested. We could tie this right back to football. If a player's not interested in what the coach or buy into the system, they're just going to say whatever and walk away, right? When their contract's up.
Mhm.
That is the same way with one of our workers, which I never say the word temp. So if anybody out there is listening today, don't say temp. That's the 4-letter word. You say no, no, no. Contract. So just like a football player, they're
Right.
under contract with us till they go full time. So at the end of the day, it's the same thing. I think if you have that mindset with football, it's the same way. You got to get into their mind, and they have to buy into your system. And I'm sure you agree on this, Tori. If they don't believe in a recruiter, they're just going to bounce.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you build that? How do you build that trust?
I mean, it just is relationship building. You might not be around them that often, but it's checking in. Hey, how's things going? Making sure that they're liking the position that they're working at, as well as it's just the same on the employee side of it as it is on the client side of it. So, we have to continue to be there and be, making sure everything's going okay. And we're really big on, the service part of it. So we are out seeing our clients and seeing our people out working every day. So that's really important with what we do.
Exactly.
And just like Clara, was talking about the other day is, we do the barbecues and the safety ladders. I mean, there's just so many things that we do to engage with our clients as well as our employees. So that's very, very important.
It is. And I think really you have to, one of the big things with coaches, and I'll say this word a million times today because it's all about the coaching day, but it's embracing pressure with them too. If they don't get the job or something's not going right, you got to have that communication. You got to have I call it, we'll just call them players today. Our employees are our players. And you got to tell the players to reach out to us, talk to us so we can make score a touchdown again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that right now we're losing a little bit at when you have volume, you kind of lose that a lot with the one-on-one, that you might get people lost in the shuffle, and we're all guilty for that. But I think at the end of the day, everybody needs a coach. And Tori, some people might respond better to you than they do me. That's what I'm saying. That's why recruiters can bounce off each other and say, hey, I'm going to take these 10 people underneath my wing and coach them. So their contract, they're going to fulfill their 500, 700,000 hours, whatever you guys do.
Right. No, exactly. Exactly. They have to believe in you, and they have to believe that you have their best interests in mind. And ultimately that is the goal. I mean, we want to see them go permanent. We want them to be able to find, a long-term fit for that player. I should say that football player.
Yeah. Ooh, you're catching on. Hey, look out, everybody. She's steamrolling now. You know what? It's only 12, 15 there. So you got plenty of time till game time to get fired up.
Right.
One thing that I really want to talk about is how coaches and recruiters do the same training. I don't know if you know this or not, but I looked at this and I did some research on it. What football coaches do on the off season and what we do every day is almost the same. It's amazing. I mean, we understand the rules and regulations. We understand the rules too for every job. I mean, this is so similar. Accept criticism. We accept criticism all the time if they don't accept our candidate, right? If they deny it, what do we do? So what do you think football coaches do when they lose a game? It's the same thing if we lose a candidate. I mean, when you really think of it, it's identical. I mean, the feelings are there. The mindset is there for both. Another one is keeping up with the trends. I think this is a big one. I mean, if you're a football coach, you got to keep up or you're going to fall behind. What do you think about a recruiter? If you're not keeping up on social media, on all of the different ads and everything else, you're going to be left behind. And now, Tori, it's a 24/7 job. Anybody that says I'm recruiting 9 to 5 and I'm going home,
it just doesn't happen. Yeah,
you're not going to make this.
A lot of times we're having to talk to people at night, and when they're maybe working another job or just trying to capture that next possible candidate that is seeing our ad or seeing post a job posting at night and following up then, and they expect to be followed up then. So if they're sending messages to you, you got to be able to respond, as
You're
quick as
right.
possible, because otherwise they're going to go to somebody else to have them help them find something.
You're totally right on that. And another one I really like is be versatile. I think we all have to be versatile and adapt to situations too. I mean, not
Right.
not every candidate is going to be. I'm going to say, because I'm very biased, my boy Tom Brady. So nobody's going to be. Not every person's going to be the GOAT. So don't hate me out there if I'm saying this, but hey, he is the man.
He really is. I mean, hey,
And you
I
know
don't
what?
like
I'm
him,
going to
but
tell everybody, when he retired, I did a little withdrawal that day. I was at work recruiting, and I just took a little sigh of relief and said, wow. So, but no, that's all joking aside. That's what we have to do. We have to adapt to every situation, and I think a big thing that recruiters, and I'm going to say instead of coaches, quarterbacks have is we got to have that thinking mindset of quick release. You know what I mean? Because there's things coming at you. The defense is coming at you at all times. I mean,
Right.
we've got companies throwing herself at us. We got job seekers that might not be happy. I mean, we got the defense coming at us like a blitz. So we have to sit back and analyze that and know how to execute it. I mean, seriously, when you come down to it, the chalkboard's all about putting candidates in the right place.
Yeah. I'm being knowing enough about the company and knowing enough about their skill set to match them up with the right place, for sure. That's a big part of it.
And I think the biggest thing at the end is energy, right? Do I have to say this over and over again?
Yeah, I know.
You got to have that energy when you get on the phone, or even, like when it's game day. When they blow that whistle, it's almost the same as when a candidate is on the phone and picking up that phone for the first time. You have to be on your A game 24/7,
Right.
because if not, they're going to hear it in your voice, Tori. And then you know what happens at that point? They're going to say, this person's just like the same other recruiter I have. And we know our industry, and I've had this happen this week, and I'm not down on anybody, but every time they call, they say, are you a recruiter that never called me back? And I've had 7 people this week have told me that recruiters have not called them back. And I said, well, I'm not a recruiter. I'm a job agent. I represent you. And they're like, their eyes just popped up and said, there's new life for me. So it's the terminology that you use. I mean, not all of us are out there caring. So, I mean, that's just the way the world is. But, we got to pick up the slack for the recruiters that didn't, fulfill the staffing promise, we're going to call it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that. I mean, they have to believe in you. They have to believe in what you're going to help them do and find down the road. So that's very, very important.
So wrapping that up is just remember, coach your candidates to the right job. Simple things like that. Now it's the fun time. You ready to get into like the Super Bowl stuff? I mean, look at this. She is done talking staffing now. Did you see that bright smile? She's like, I'm ready to talk game time. Okay. But before we talk about our predictions and everything, we want to talk about Super Bowl ads. And seriously, how Super Bowl ads are just like posting an ad on Indeed, ZipRecruiter, or Monster.
You have to catch that attention.
Same thing, guys. It's the same content that you put on LinkedIn, TikTok, and everything. Why are all these companies paying $6.5 million for a 30-second ad? For what? Just to get their name out there?
Trying to capture that audience.
It's engaging. And then some of the ads, I got to throw this out there, but this year there's some wild ones. I mean, I don't know if you've done some research on some of them already, but I got to tell you that my favorite,
some good ones.
The best one is, because I go to the gym 24/7. If anybody knows me, it's Planet Fitness with Lindsay Lohan. She's in there, and like she changes her life. It is so freaking funny. You got to see the video. I mean, too bad I can't put it on here. They probably would cancel us for the show, but it's she changes her whole lifestyle and they talk about in front of DUI. She's out there eating chicken now. She's like, I changed my lifestyle. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? I'm going to the gym. And it's funny how it's like, it talks about her whole life, but in a comical way. And I really think a lot of the Super Bowl ads are going to be very comical this year. I mean, that's what people want. That little bit of weird, snarky, fun, engaging, that's what it's all about. And that's what it's about in your job advertisement stuff. I mean, I'm going to be doing something in the near future to engage it. And I think our industry needs to step it up. I'm going to call them out. I'm going to call them out right now. And you know what, Tori? I'm going to do this real quick. All right. So here's what it's about. If you want to get a lot of job seekers and candidates, I'm going to tell you, you got to engage them and be excitement. and your ads got to be just like the Super Bowl ads every day.
Yeah.
Make them fun. One I know is, I'm going to give my shout out, is Budweiser. Budweiser always taps into like your heart and a little bit of sentimental with the pets and stuff like that. And they want to hit a broad audience because we all love animals. And I really believe that, they touched it at that end. But then you got the Doritos and the other ones. There's a hummus one this year. Oh my goodness, it's out of control. And they got Ric Flair on it. And there's some crazy different, advertisements that I just can't wait to watch them all. But they all have sneak peeks now. So if you get on YouTube, you can watch them all. But hands down,
check it out because I didn't realize that. So
oh my goodness, the Planet Fitness one, I just can't say it. It's my favorite. I'm like, really?
Well, I'm just there for the halftime show.
Oh yeah, and you know what? The halftime show is for, I'm going to say it nice, mature people like ourselves, Tori.
Right.
I mean, who's going to be on it besides Eminem? We got what? Snoop,
Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige. So is it Snoop for sure? I know Eminem.
Maybe it's okay.
Yeah, so for sure.
No, you know what? Maybe it isn't Snoop. Maybe it is just Dr. Dre and Eminem. And you know what? I'm going to make a prediction right now and I'm going to lay all the money on the bank on it, that they will play California Love.
I think you're probably right.
I've just got an insight on that. Where's the Super Bowl at? And where's Dr. Dre's jamming at?
Right.
California.
Right. They're all in LA. So.
Oh my. But yeah, so I think just wrapping up with the ads, check them out. Be creative. I'm going to just let you all know, I got about 2 ads coming out. It's going to be very creative, high def voice, sound. That's one thing that I want to talk about. And we'll talk about this in other shows, but when you put an ad out there, bring the music, bring the volume. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I mean, it's just,
the videos are huge on capturing.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Tori. Somebody just tossed me a football. They're practicing here. Hey, you guys, sit down. I'm trying to have a show here, Tori, they're already out here practicing. I won't tell you what team that was that tossed that to me, but you'll know a little later on. There, I'm giving all my support this week. But see, nothing ever happens when it's always live on this show. You never know what's going to happen. That could have hit me in the face, that, and then you would have started laughing, and I'm like,
right. And then I guess I would have to do this show by myself. I don't know if
I have these glasses on. You see that whole that wide angle view that I have, like a Tom Brady has. See that? Got it.
Right.
Oh, so all right. So now let's get into the fun part of the predictions. Before we wrap everything up here and get everybody on their way. I did a LinkedIn poll this week, Tori, and this is what came up. I'm telling you, a lot of people are picking. The odd makers are still going with the Rams. But I think people with their heart want the Skyline Chili Bengals. So I guess I'm going to throw it to you right off the bat. Tell me your prediction and why.
So I'm going with the Bengals because Joe Burrow is just a gamer. I mean, that kid just, it's crazy. I was at the game. He played LSU, versus Texas, and he knows how to win, and he does whatever it takes. So that's my prediction.
Wow.
Yeah. And obviously I'm going to go for the underdog too. So
gotta love the underdogs all the time. Yeah. I've been an underdog all my life.
All day long.
I love underdogs all the time. Okay. So for my prediction, I'm just going to ask you first, who do you think it is? And this tells you what kind of person you think I am. Do you think I'm an LA person or a Cincy?
I personally think you're going for the Bengals.
Wow. All righty. So I'm going to throw this out there first. This might be a hint.
Oh, gosh. You're going for the Rams. You're an LA guy.
Oh, my. I don't know. Okay, so here it is. It's Tiger King all the way. And it's the Bengals.
There you go. Yay.
Oh, my goodness. And I found this hat. I swear. I think I had this on when I was in 6th grade. I'm not going to lie. Found it at my parents' house. Look at this. Is it meant to be?
It's meant to be. But what's with the glasses?
Joe always puts glasses
on.
Oh,
he always puts. I guess I guess I missed that.
Man,
okay.
You didn't know that.
I guess I missed that. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm thinking you said like California. I was thinking like, California cool type.
No, see, I kind of threw you off there almost. You were like, oh, maybe it is going for the Rams. Hey, Always got a trick play in my book. You never know. Shh,
That's
don't tell
right.
everybody everything, right?
That's right.
But I just want to tell everybody, hey, thanks for joining us for this quick, just having fun in the staffing industry. Feel free to comment below. We're going to put this live later on. Tell us your picks. And just remember, staffing and the Super Bowl and coaching are about the same now, right? I mean, it's almost like, so when you watch the game tonight, look at them football coaches and say, damn, that's just like me recruiting tomorrow morning. So
exactly.
it's fun times. But I hope our Bengals win, because if they do, I'm not going to lie, tomorrow I'm going to eat some Skyline chili. I gotta do it. But you know what that is, Tori, right? Skyline chili?
No.
Okay, it's okay, Cincinnati people, don't hate me if I don't get it right, but it is thicker chili on spaghetti.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I've seen it before, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
It's not soupy. You don't, use it with a
Right.
fork and probably cut it with a knife with the noodle, but that's the Skyline
Yeah.
chili. So if you ever go to Cincy, they worship their chili.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know if I would want to eat it. I don't know if I would want to eat that on spaghetti noodles, though.
And we won't even talk about what the Rams like, whatever. It's LA. Everything goes in LA, right?
Right. They're all eating sushi and vegan stuff or something.
Exactly. Well, hey, everybody, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad anybody tuned in. Thank you so much for enjoying it. This was all about just having some FUNE fun. That's all it's about. But tell you what, till next time, go Bengals. Tori, one more time. Who is it?
Go Bengals.
And also remember, California Love will be playing tonight. Hey,
That's
have
right.
a good one.
Halftime
We'll
show.
talk to you soon.
Thanks for having
Super
me.
Bowl 56 starts in less than 6 hours. Take care,
All right.
guys.
Have a great one. Thanks.